So this is part 2 of another video I did. I don't remember exactly when, but it was recent. If you've been following my videos, I'm pretty sure you'll remember, hopefully. But anyways, here we go. I guess I'm sick right now. Oh, come on, bro. It's gonna make me go through all that. Of course. Hold on. Sorry. It always does this. Of course it wants to. Okay, cool.
Oh my goodness, my voice. So it basically what it said was this. No, this so basically, what it said was this. No, this is this part of the PDF half of it. It was basically the part where mandated reporters are supposed to look out for which different types of abuse. Obviously, that's a freaking no-brainer or no, you know. So it's. I'm pretty sure you're very familiar with that part. Okay, so we have how many? We have actual physical abuse. We have the general neglect area where there's two. I believe there's only two, which is severe and general. But yeah, so then there's emotional, then there's sexual, and then there's what else? Well, you catch my point. So hold on, it's not right. So basically, I start reading it. Like I wasn't really interested in too much into the not that I don't care. I'm saying as far as me goes, like my case. I mean, of course I care about that stuff, but yeah. So what I'm trying to say is specifically for my case, I was just trying to read what the areas that they accused me of, right? The allegations, the what do you call it? The reasons for why I lost my children forever. That part, okay. And what I was put on the list, the central registry list for it, right. So why I was first of all TPR'd, and second of all why I can never work with kids or seniors. Why I don't, I take care of my grandma. But anyways, all that stuff. And so I'm reading this. So I'm reading this part, and well, first it was the physical abuse, which I don't have. I've never ever, not with any of my children. I've never, as far as that, I'm glad I've never been accused of actual physical abuse. Okay, I can tell you that right now. Not one time, not once, not ever, even a peep of ever coming close to being called an actual abuser. Okay, in that aspect, not by a social worker, not by the hospital, nobody. Okay. What I have been accused of, and this is what I was thinking, why I'm telling you this, what I have been accused of, you're gonna lose your stuff right now because you're gonna lose your shit because I'm still trying not to lose my shit right now because what I just thought of is it was already crazy. We know this. Stand by. So tell me if I'm wrong or not. Now, like I was just saying, I have never been accused of, or even, uh, no, just not at all. Not even. I'm not even trying to make up a scenario. Just point. Period. Just physical abuse has never been on my record, and I can guarantee that. And any of my 5 kids, from their birth to right now, um, the only thing that I have been, and what is on, I know for sure, is me and Jason were both accused of, number one. And honestly, this is the craziest part when I start to think of, because I go back because there's so much at one time, especially at the time of my first daughter, Sky Blue, around the time she was born, with all of that, just her case alone. was a lot, and I'm sure you know this. Okay, so I'm just trying to really fast. Let me just. I mean, I could go on and on, but specifically that case. So obviously I have a lot of trauma in my own for me, just me. Okay, we're not gonna get into that. This is a part of what I'm trying to say. So me and him were accused of. Okay, so number one, it was not drugs. Like it's trying now that they're trying to. The narrative has changed and grew into that towards that area. No, what it was in the first the first reason why I did leave the hospital, and that's crazy. I forget about that part too. Like I actually did get to leave with her. She was the only baby I got to leave. Okay, so that's that part.
I want you to see their tactics.
It's
how
not.
they do
I'm
it.
not trying to talk about my kids right now. I'm just trying to get to. This is actually about
Explain it.
us as a parent and what we're being accused of and stuff. Okay, so bear with me. We were accused of not drugs. We were accused of domestic violence.
Watch this.
Domestic violence, and then they wanted to put the drug part on, right? Okay, so of course it's the meth, right? That's stuck. But okay, so that's that, right? So now I don't know if you would call it the third part or just just combine it. I don't know. I'm just gonna say it. So it was the domestic violence. Okay, that's why I went to prototypes specifically. What the program was for. That's that. Anyways, and then the drugs, which I did at the same time. I did both. So I did the DV and the drug thing, which was my rehab. What they specialized specifically for those areas, specifically domestic violence and fucking. Oh shit, I got so carried away right now, I forgot I was recording and you only have a minute, so I don't even know where I left off. So, yeah, so I'm just gonna say like this. So I did both. I completed my case plan for both, for the DV, domestic violence, and for the fucking drugs. Whatever drugs that they wanted to accuse me of, whether I did them or not. I did it. I still went to rehab, and so even let's say if I could have been fucking smoking
crack.
all the drugs,
Shit.
which I've never have. I've never even done.
Which I wouldn't.
I have never done freaking acid. I've never done shrooms. I've never done heroin, and list can go on. So, anyways, getting off topic again. So, I did that. I completed that. You know this. So that's that part, right? So Brianna Janae Khan completed. Just at least I did that. So that shouldn't be an issue, right? Okay. Okay, so next where we at? So that part? Okay, so does this make sense to you? Okay, so we know that I did pretty much what needed to be done, right? But I'm sure, okay, so but at that time Jason was in jail because they put him in jail, right? So that's a whole nother, so I don't feel like getting into that right now, but I'm just giving you like the main. So that was in 2014. Okay, so the whole time that I was in rehab, the whole time he was in jail. So that was a total of 6 months.
Exactly.
So he didn't do anything. I did though. So watch this. So, but the funny thing is not funny at all, fucking at all. So with my first case with Sky, and also with when I had, well, you know the story about me getting Ariel back, right? So the crazy part is that when I had my third baby, okay, Max, get this, they didn't even know about Ariel at all. They had no idea that she even existed, nor did they even know that I had got her back from them because it was in another county. So when I was in the other county, because I didn't know, when I came back over here to where I'm at now in San Bernardino to have my third child, but I had Ariel in the other county, San Diego County. San Diego didn't know jack crap. So I guess it didn't. It does, but it didn't. But it does. Okay, let me explain this part. So I guess maybe it does. I mean, it must have, because that's exactly why they took her in the first place. Duh. So because they ran my name, I didn't know that back then. Remember? So they took her, right. So Ariel was in the system for 7 days. Period. She was given back to me at 7 days old, 8 week old. But that's that. So, but they didn't ever make it a point to say that I got her back, and there wasn't even a case because there was not. We didn't even make it to the court date because she called us up to even cancel it to come pick up Ariel, my daughter. So there wasn't even never even a case open with her. Do you understand? So that's that part, right? So. Okay, so I'm gonna try to make this way faster because I'm getting too carried along with all this stuff. So when I went to go have Max, my third child, my third baby, and because I was pregnant ever since Ariel, I was pregnant after year. Anyways, so I had Ariel in 2016, and I had Max in 2017. Then I had Kyle in 2018, and then I had Cloud in 2019. Okay, so let's get back to.
I had Ariel on April 13th, 2016. I had Sky. I was thinking about my first daughter. I had Max on. Sorry, I'm sick. I had Max on September 17th, 2017. And then I had. Sorry, I'm just thinking about everything. I had Kyle John, renamed Josiah Joel. I had Kyle on July 12th, 2018, and Cloud, I had him on October 15th, 2019.
Max. Okay. Oh my gosh, I love him. He's so beautiful. Anyways, when I had Max, actually Maximilian, at the same hospital that I had my first baby, where all this bullshit started, I had no fucking idea. Excuse me. It's my language. I didn't know. So, and this is the part where I barely actually found out exactly what was going on. So, when I had Max at the same mother freaking hospital that I had my firstborn, that all this whoopla started, right? This whole freaking craziness. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I didn't know I was walking into a straight trap, literally, when I was going to go have Max at the same hospital that I had his older baby, well, not baby sister, but you know what I'm saying. And mind you, he was the last one that I gave my real name to. He was the very, very last baby that I actually gave that was the last time that I had a child under Brianna Janae Khan's, the last. Because I found out exactly what the heck they were doing and what they were pulling. When I had him, I knew exactly. I found out that time, that exact day that he was taken, I knew exactly what they were up to. But now
trip out what happened even after I changed it, watch. Because of the fact that I found out how they did all this.
So when I had Max, everything was fine. Everything was good. Everything was wonderful. Because it was. He was healthy. He was good. He was perfect baby. He was with me.
Until
I think I let him take him to the nursery a couple times. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so that's that. Now, what happens? Oh, they freaking trick me, and as soon as I'm about to leave, I was there almost 3 days because that's a mandatory. You have to be there for 3 days. Now, mind you, I still kind of was weary. I didn't know, but I knew, and I knew kind of enough, but I didn't know. I wasn't, because I didn't. When all that happened with Ariel, it didn't dawn on me what the heck was really going on when he did that. It didn't make sense until I had him to make sense of it all. When it was a little too late at that point for him. Okay. So when they came to take him from me, I specifically know the exact details as far as what actually happened, from what moment, who did what at what time, and all that stuff. I can tell you perfectly. So we were about to leave. We weren't discharged yet, not like the one with Kyle. Anyways, but I do clearly remember is me holding him, feeding him, and I remember like maybe like a couple hours before this, they made me switch to formula, but they wouldn't tell me why. Okay, and once again, I'm being honest. I was naive. Okay, I just didn't. I was tired. I mean, yeah, it was with his labor. It was a pretty. I mean, there was no complications, but it was just a very tiring labor. Yeah, so
It was
I
intense.
was really tired with him. Um, and at the time, Jason had a really good job, and he couldn't really be like there. Like he couldn't spend like a lot of time to help me. You know, while I mean, not that I needed help, but I did in a sense because I was tired. I needed at least like a little nap or so, you know, just to rejuvenate a little bit because labor is pretty tiring. I mean, you should know. Yes. So where am I getting to? Okay, so with Max, so yeah, so I don't want to get. I was gonna get into all that stuff, but I don't feel like talking about all that stuff. I just okay, so it's the same thing, right? So it's the same retarded BS. BS freaking excuse to come and take my kids, right? It's oh you tested blah blah blah. Oh bull crap. Okay, so they didn't pull this one until the last minute. So what I'm guessing is they didn't decide to run my name really like however they do it at the last minute to start all that crap
They
again,
ran
right?
background
Everything
checks
was
and
fine,
shit
like I
in
said.
his
Remember,
house.
I was supposed to leave. Oh yeah, that's what happened. My family showed up right before, and that's what happened. Oh yeah, but yeah. Okay, we'll talk about that
Yeah,
later.
my whole entire family
So,
decided to start. But
you
they
know,
weren't happy
they
with me
take
going
them, and
home with him.
I'm devastated. Blah blah blah.
Cause
And
shit,
we leave.
not even put
So
it
it's the
together
same
till afterwards.
excuse. Excuse me. So fast forward to Kyle. Same old thing. You've seen the video, all that. Okay, it's not mine.
They're like, "What? You're leaving? He's going home with you?" Like, and I'm looking at him like, "What? Like, what kind of question? Like, wait, hold up. I was a little too tired. Hold up, wait. What did you just say? Yeah, it was a little too late."
So now we have. Okay, so I'm not. I don't even think I have to say cloud. Okay, so this is where we're at before I forget. Okay, so I am accused on paper. We're accused of DV, right? Domestic violence. Let's highlight that. Okay? Domestic violence, drugs. So we're addicts, right? Whatever. Blah blah blah. Okay, so there's that. There's 1, 2. Okay, so then we got what else we got? Oh, we got but the for the actual reason of why it states why it was substantiated. You know that actual like you're labeled. That's it. You're not an actual abuser as far as physical, which I didn't even know about all that complex tree whatever. Stand by. So wouldn't it make sense to not make sense that if let's say because I'm trying to make this make sense here. Okay, so the narrative of how I am, I'm just and my family treats me like I'm a fucking strung out heroin addict, which wouldn't even know how to act like one because I've never even done fucking heroin, and I never will touch that shit because it's disgusting. Anyways, but that's how I'm treated. But so yeah, I'm just giving you an example or like well, it's not even an example. This is how it really freaking is. So how I'm looked at or whatever. So we got the DV, the domestic violence, the drugs, addicts, and then we got general neglect. Do you know that I lost my children for general neglect? Hold on. Yes, general neglect, honey. Stand by. So, as far as when if I were to step up, let's say I'm just giving you a scenario. I have to step up to a podium and I have to explain why or it's like some sort of judgment day or whatever. What's the reason why I can't have my children back? And the specific, straight out answer would be because I was deemed a not once again not for physical abuse or even abuse at all, really. General neglect. There is two types of neglect. They have severe neglect and there is general neglect. I'm pretty sure with just the word alone, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that one out. What is general? General. What is neglect? Neglect. Neglecting is something that's neglected. I know what neglect is because I was fucking neglected. And I know exactly what neglect is. It's when your mother or father or mother leaves you the fuck alone with strangers, doesn't give a fuck, goes and gets high, whatever the fuck you want to say. I have never in my fucking life, excuse me, I'm sorry I'm hissing, but I'm almost done here. Neither has Jason. And I'll tell you one thing I know for a fact, and I honestly can have people who can actually vouch for me if I really wanted to. Have people to tell you, or anybody, or especially, and I was supposed to, we should do too, but I forget to tell people that also, which is why they have these professional doctors and specialists, because that really does matter. If someone could actually give a testimony on your behalf, oh, that would make a whole difference. Hold on. So, let me hurry up and get this over with. Okay, so now for somebody who's been accused and labeled, literally we've been labeled for years, right? For almost going on 7-8 years now since Sky, right? And for the rest of our life, almost as far as I know, when you're on that list, that's it. It follows you. Just why I've lost all my kids, or even at birth, why it's not fuck because they can give a fucking flying fuck. Let me just tell you that right now. I can guarantee on my life they could give whoever has ever been involved. I guarantee you that I could bet money. I would bet my life almost to tell you that. No, I would to tell you that I know for damn certain that these mother freakers and these biatches that take our kids could give a flying fucking banana about any one of our kids, and they don't care where they're at. They just say they do, because if they really cared, they would. So, um, so if somebody is labeled whatever, right? They don't want to say. So, how is it that if you're such this violence, once again violent, right? Jason is labeled like this monster, like he beats me up, and he's just, oh my gosh, he's a threat to the physical. Once again, there's no fucking physical abuse, right? Wait, hold up. Sorry if I did that here. Wouldn't there be? I mean, come on now. I mean, you're gonna say all these crazy things. Well, wouldn't that come along with that? If you're gonna call, so you mean to tell me that he only decides to beat me up and not my kids? So I'm just a special one because he's got this problem. But I'm pretty sure that if a person is really like this type of person, they don't have no what do you call it? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So can you please help me out and make me try to understand this retardationness, which it was already retarded to begin with. We all know this. But it just got even more retarded because it makes no freaking sense. How does one get accused of, and this is why it's part of why I'm even telling you this, because it's part of the reason why I lost my kids forever. So if you're gonna make me lose my kids forever, I need to know why the forever fucking part is included, but not this part. Why, if you're gonna call somebody an aggressive and violent person, but you're gonna make an exception for something that shouldn't be an exception because it should be what do you call it? Like just it's like okay if I'm a chef, like well wouldn't I love food? So you mean to tell me you're a chef but you hate food? That makes no fucking sense. Help me make sense of it because it doesn't make sense. So he's an abuser, but yeah, he's not an abuser. He doesn't abuse. So we're just like these special fucking child abusers that aren't abusers, but we lost our kids forever, and that's what it says. So the reason why we lost our kids forever, it says general neglect. Substantiate. Yeah, that's what it said. That's all it says. What else?
How do you neglect a baby inside of a hospital?
Oh, let me see if I can
especially when
read
we're
to you what
registered as
that actually stands
under
for
their
and
care.
what it actually
Explain that one, huh? Yeah.
What's the definition of that? It's
How the
just
fuck do you generally
wow.
neglect a
I
newborn
just I don't
child,
even have no
baby,
words anymore after this, and I'm probably
in a
really even
hospital?
embarrassed. I'm
How could I
tired. I'm
even
so
dare try
sorry.
to
Talk to
general
girl.
neglect a
I
baby
just had
inside of a
to
hospital?
see if I'm
Head scratcher.
losing it or something. I mean, am I right or wrong? I don't even care to be right or wrong. I just want to know what's your opinion. What do you think?